can see it, I can achieve it.
It's Michelle here, and we have a special treat today. Author Phelecia Lang is with us. Phelecia has authored an early children's book series about a little boy named Tay. And Phelecia, we are so glad to have you here with us today. How are you?
I'm doing great, Michelle. I'm glad to be with you.
Well, let's jump right into it. Tell our readers, tell us all about your journey. Tell us about your journey. How did you get to where you are today?
So my journey for the Tay books began when my kids were small and they were having challenges accepting who they were, accepting their color. And I had a difficulty finding books that reflected characters that looked like them, that were positive images. Went into the classroom teacher as a first grade teacher. Again, I found that there was a huge lack of books. So I wanted books in my classroom on my shelves that reflected every child sitting in a seat in my classroom. So again, my focus on multicultural literature. But as time went on, even though I gathered several books, I didn't find a lot for the African American male. And I wanted a book that when little Black boys looked in it, they said, hey, I'm smart. Tay is smart. Oh, Tay reads all the time. I want to read all the time. So this book was purposeful and it was very, very specific, and it was targeted for, again, our little Black boys. And I wanted them to see themselves on the page and to be engaged with the book and to be encouraged as a reader.
Now that is a powerful message. And you know, as an educator as well, I'm an elementary principal. I picked up on that because the very first word of every story is, this is Tay, Tay is smart. Yes. And I immediately thought, you know what, that was intentional. And I love that she did that, because sometimes, you know, that's something that a lot of my boys, because I teach, my school is primarily African American and Hispanic. You know, that's not a phrase that they hear a lot. And I love the fact that you made a very conscious choice to use a brown skinned baby, because a brown skinned babies are not images that they see a lot. So I love the intentionality behind what you're doing. That's amazing. So tell me more about, you know, when you were writing the book, what were your inspirations? What did you read? Any authors that stuck out that you modeled your work after?
I had a first grade student, and his life, let's just say the Tay books are the life that I wanted for him. His journey and his time period in my classroom wasn't as positive, and they were greatly inspired by him. There are several books that my little first graders love to read, and I wanted to write a book that was in a series, because when kids are just learning to read, they love series books. And once they know the characters and they're very, very familiar with them, they can pick up on reading smoother. So that was the inspiration. It was inspired by one of my first grade babies.
As an educator as well, it's very intentional. The words that you use, it's very intentional. The imagery that you use. So I think that you accomplished what you set out to do. Right. So my question now is, I know we touched on it a little bit in terms of wanting the kids to see themselves reflected in the pages, but beyond that, is there anything you want them to take away when they read a Tay early reader?
I want the kids to see that it can be done, and that they can be key characters in a series, key characters in a book, and in a book that's a popular book. So I think my strong word for my book is that it's intentional.
Can you read for us maybe a small portion of one of your favorite parts of Tay?
Yes. One of my favorite parts of this book, there's several parts that I like, but I like on the page where it says, Tay waits and waits and waits. He rides in the car with his mom, and he reads a book in the car. Where are his friends? He looks for them. It is too hot. They cannot go out to play. What will he do? Will he get mad? Will he watch TV? Will he play video games? Or will Tay play in the sprinklers? No. What is Tay's plan? He will draw pictures to make a cartoon.
Tell me, what are you working on right now?
Well, Tay book number 4 is in the proofing stages, and it should be out probably within the next couple of weeks. And so there are 6 books in the Tay series. So I want to wrap up Tay, but many of the characters in his book, they're from various cultures. So my goal and my dream is to now develop more in the series, but to pick up on some of his friends and to have a series of maybe 4 to 6 books for them as well.
Tell our viewers where can they find your books?
Best place to purchase Tay is www.meonthepage.com and go to my bookstore link, and you can find Tay there. And as well, and as for book 3, if you draw pictures of Tay, you can upload those images, and Miss Phelecia will show them on the webpage if your mom gives the okay. So that's one of the things that they can do with Tay book.
That is really cool. I hope that our parents, I hope that you saw that and you will upload those pictures so they can be featured on the webpage. Well, Phelecia, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. And I hope everybody out here that's watching takes an opportunity and goes to meonthepage.com and uploads their baby's drawing so they can be featured on that website. Thanks again for watching. And remember, if I can see it, I can achieve it.
If I can see it, I can achieve it.